Hey Matt, this is Adrian. Good morning to you. Well, good night to you, and thank you for staying up and make this coaching call possible for both of us. And it's our first coaching call after you have joined the Easy One Up business. So I see you are joining us at the Vertex Elite position. So welcome to the team and welcome to the business. Um,
Thank you, Adrian.
Hey, well, you're welcome. So, since it's our first call, I would love to get to understand, what got you into this online business?
Okay, so so the thing that made me want to start this online business was one of the facts that nowadays it's everyone's online, whether they're on their phone or their laptop or their desktop computer.
Mm-hmm.
And like several months ago, while I was at my job, I was thinking to myself that I can't see myself working for this company or any other company for that matter for the next 40 years to then retire. I just kind of knew that deep down inside that there had to be a way I could generate an income online. My only problem was that I didn't know where to start or how to go about doing it. I just knew that there was a successful way of doing it and that I had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was just kind of getting into my recovery from alcohol and drugs, and I was starting a new beginning in my life, clean and sober. And I knew that I deserved to dream big and chase those dreams relentlessly. I knew that being sober and clean and in my right mind, I could achieve anything I set my mind to. So one day I kind of came across this online business opportunity. And despite a little bit of fear, I just took action on that opportunity and invested. So I'm here.
Great. What a story, yeah? So, and you have been sober for how long now?
Coming up on 4 months, so I'm still kind of new in my sobriety and new on this entrepreneur journey. So everything
Okay.
is just new and it's exciting though.
Very good. I'm very happy to have you on board and start your new chapter together.
Yes, me too.
Mm, good, good, good. Now, how do you have any questions before we go on into our coaching discussion?
I do have some questions.
Okay, let's go ahead and share them with me and see if I can do my best to answer you.
Okay,
Okay.
so I guess one of my first question is, why do you think some people are skeptical of online business opportunities?
Mm, very interesting observation. Well, before I get into the answers, what first thing is I need to make sure that I have a disclaimer that basically whatever the answers that I'm sharing with you are based on my personal experience and personal learning curve, right? So I would do my best to give you my perspective and not representing any organization, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I truly believe that people are skeptical mainly because they are coming from past experience that they had in other businesses or other past experience that they have heard of or learn about. So when it comes to positive experience of people, they tend to question it, is it really possible, right? But when it comes to negative experience, people are conveniently supporting it so that they don't really have to push themselves out of their comfort zone and get themselves out of their current situation and work towards their own goal. S-
Mm.
Can you relate to what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can relate. Yeah.
Good, good, good. See, so what happened is when we're dealing with people who are skepticals in this online business, generally what I do is to invite them to have a conversation and focusing
Hmm.
on really understanding the difference of their opinions. Very quickly, you will find that we'll be able to zoom into their skepticism out of fear or out of the resistance, out of the comfort zone. Now, when I speak
Hmm.
about fear, a lot of time it can be fear of failure, it can be fear of rejection, simply just fear of the negative results, and also that resistance around getting out of the comfort zone, right? Fear of the unknown, really I have been in this environment for so many years. Why would I want to now discover new things? I am doing well here. Why would I want to get out of that? See, so people tend
Right.
to sort of resist that, and with that conversation, we can focus on helping the people who could be interested, yet skeptical, to really address what do they need to create confidence in their business. And by bringing the transparency in the process, by showing them the approach and create credibility of the program, bit by bit, people will start to build up their trust, and ultimately they are ready to get their own journey started. How was how was it for you so far, though?
For me, so far, my experience has been an extremely positive one.
Mm,
I too was very skeptical, but more than that, I just knew that I had to try something and find out through personal, real world experience if it worked or not.
sure.
Uh, I have begun to have a dramatic shift in my mindset as a result of kind of acting in spite of that skepticism, as well as from the training and stuff so far, and also the help and support and guidance from you. So
Okay.
it's been a good experience so far.
You are one of my favorite students so far, then, because before our coaching call, we've been working a little bit together, and you are always on time and committed to the process. So I really enjoyed that with you, and I look forward to helping you and seeing your success as well.
Thank you so much.
Hmm. Good, good, good. Go on. So, do you have is that the only questions that you had in mind before we get into the actual coaching discussion and work that we will be doing?
No, I have another question.
Okay.
So, is it true that we live in a digital age nowadays, where most of like the world is on the internet?
Oh yeah, actually interesting that you say this. I would actually go back to some statistics studies recently. I was doing my own video and creating some content, and one of the statistics that I found out is, it's just a short span of 10 years ago, less than 2 million people, 2 billion people actually have internet access. And
Wow.
in short span of 10 years, yeah, we're talking about today, we're more than 4 billion of people who have access to the internet, and actually most of them have access to internet through their phone, and everyone is on social media. I would say 90% of the people are actually on the phone, and everyone is going through social media through their phone. So this is clearly an emerging platform for business communication, for people engagement, and really businesses opportunities everywhere. Now,
Uh-huh.
I will ask you the other different questions. Could you imagine yourself living in today's world without a smartphone or internet?
No, very unlikely. No,
Yeah.
this is true.
Yeah. So you can see that, right? You can relate to that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So excellent. Now, do you have further, do you, so is that giving you more confidence about, this online business now, and helping you to move forward?
Yes, that definitely is.
Hmm.
Just knowing that. Uh, I guess when I got started, I checked out a lot of books and videos. They all refer to the entrepreneur mindset when wanting to become a business owner. Could you share what that entrepreneur mindset means?
Sure, sure. That's a great question. Actually, this entrepreneurship journey that it's a lot about us owning our own performance and our own results. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And that ultimately means that we get paid on what we achieve.
Right.
Whereas when we are actually in an employee mindset, despite the results, despite the performance, we will still be getting paid because we're trading time and effort for money, right?
Right. Yep.
So in that sense, that leads us to completely different thinking. And I actually have done a video for it, so I can share that with you. But basically, in my entrepreneurship thinking journey, there's really
Mhm.
four very important elements to be ready as an entrepreneur in terms of mindset. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
first of them is really defining your why. Why would you want to start a business, and why is having a business important to you? You know, how would that
Uh-huh.
business help you to feel fulfilled? And that is very, very important because making money is just an outcome, but knowing what you want to achieve beyond just the money will help you to have a clear goal and help you to have a clear motivation on building your business. So it's very important to
Right.
first define your why. And then the second very important mindset around this is really focusing on being open, right? Actually, the good thing was I did a video yesterday around being open. To me, being open
Yeah.
really means creating space for us to grow, right? Now, when you want
Uh-huh.
to create space to grow, you naturally are more open and receptive to what is going on in terms of the market trend, in terms of the existing opportunity, in terms of whatever the information that your mentor or coaches are sharing with you and asking you to embrace. So that when you're open, you open up to opportunity to learn, to grow, and also to leverage. See?
Uh-huh.
And the third point of actually very important mindset is about having the courage to act. Now you are a good example. You act despite of fear, right? But
Yes.
it's very very important in our business world to take actions to launch your business. And despite we don't get all the answers, but still go ahead and take action. Now,
Right.
in my coaching discussion with most of my students or my team member, I focus on a very simple guideline: 1 hour of learning and 2 hours of implementing, so that you
I
really
like
commit
that.
to really taking actions and focusing on making progress there.
Mm-hmm. I
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah. So, and the last one, which is very much about having ownership. So you are responsible for your own business. You are responsible for the action as well as the result. So when you feel responsible, then you are much more focused in creating and understanding the next course of action, right? And
Mhm.
ultimately is to keep trying, to keep focusing on what is required in order to help you to get result, right? So you make the decisions. If you own this business, you own the result. Naturally, you own the actions and you own the whole process.
Right.
Yeah. So with that, really, that's the four very important element that I see as anyone who wants to start out as entrepreneur to be very clear of before they get into the business.
Uh-huh.
Could you see yourself relate to that trend when you are starting out this online business?
Yes, definitely. I can relate very much to that, especially when you said we must have that courage to take action. And
Sure.
also when you said learning like can't give us the answer uh, if the business will work or not. Action can though.
Mm,
I think like just taking action for me is like something that uh, I definitely just have to do, and because I could only learn so much, but then it just doesn't mean anything if I'm just never going to do anything with it. So I absolutely agree. For so long, I was definitely hindered by my inaction due to the fear of kind of not knowing enough to start. But today, I believe that I don't need to know absolutely everything before I get started. I
mm,
believe that as I go along the process and make some mistakes, those will be the opportunities for me to kind of learn the more valuable lessons. So I just value that real world experience in business, online business.
sure. Very good. Very good. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad you're already embracing this positively for yourself and you can see a difference already, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Mm, good.
So coming back to the online business,
Mm-hmm.
I often have people responding to it thinking that it's a get rich scheme. Where do you think that that comes from?
Interesting, interesting. So what you're saying is basically people taking the online business as if this is a get rich quick scheme, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, before I give you this answer, because I had this discussion with another coach of mine, we're basically chatting and interacting with each other and sharing ideas. Deborah and I had a
Uh,
call together. Um, have you seen that video between us?
yes, I did. Yep.
So basically, I we spoke a little bit around this topic, specifically my personal take about why people perceive an online business as a get rich quick scheme is really because the online entrepreneur has created a marketing image around focusing the lifestyle that we get, and being able to work from home, being able to make money online and not working as much as we used to. Um, Created the impression that this is really like too good to be true kind of
Yeah.
image, right? So
Right.
and and people don't talk enough. I feel like there's not enough emphasis of the journey to become an online entrepreneur requires a very steep learning curve where people needs to learn a lot of different skills before they get results. But
Hmm.
because it's also a new domain, people tend to focus a lot on the lifestyle, making money while sleeping. That created a lot of buzz around, is it really possible, and is it really just another get rich quick scheme, or is it really a business, right?
Right. Yeah.
So when dealing with people, the key to recommend to them is going back to what I've explained to you earlier, is focusing on helping people to learn and to implement so that they understand they can achieve the lifestyle ultimately, but they need to do the work first. They need to really focusing on learning and implementing what is required for the business, and then help them to be able to get the result that they want and live the lifestyle that they want. Yeah.
Right.
Now you've been in the online business for a couple of weeks now. How is it going for you? was was it like, I mean, was your expectation before and after getting into the business still stays the same?
Yes. So far, the online business for me has been going great. I've been going through the training and implementing as I'm going what I've been learning and just being patient with the process.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, I just have to say that I just believe strongly, like with a shadow of a doubt, that everything in the end will work out kind of exactly how I vision it in my mind, just as long as I stay committed and
Mm-hmm.
follow through with the process and the steps. Like you talked about the learning curve, just not trying to just wish I was already at the destination yet or wish I would knew it all, but to just kind of like, enjoy that journey and the process. And my expectations before I got into my online business was to be able to generate an income so that I can quit my job and be
Mm-hmm.
in business for myself.
Sure.
And after you know being an online business, my expectations have stayed the same. And actually, I even feel more confident because of the things that I'm learning, and um, and working with you, being mentored by you and stuff, that I definitely will. It's possible that I can create a full-time income as well as passive income for myself, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually just be able to go ahead and quit my job.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yep.
So I see that you're already creating a very strong momentum for yourself. It's a process, like I say, and it's very important that you are staying committed and you are taking action. So I'm quite positive that you will do well here.
And I wanted to point out one thing too. I think, or actually, I know
Mm-hmm.
I will need a lot of help and support from you as my mentor and coach as well, because I just believe in that strongly, that I'm not going to be able to do it just on my own without no guidance or no, someone that hasn't kind of gone on before me, so
Sure.
so I think
You
I
have
definitely have a better chance.
you have my commitment, Matt. So just know that we are a team here. That's all the reason for me to make sure that you'll be supported and you'll be successful.
And so another question that I have is, how important is it to have a mentor and a coach when first starting your own online business?
Great question. Great question. So you're talking about the importance of having a mentor and a coach, yeah?
Yes.
So I like to answer the questions a little bit more philosophical, right? So if you look at our life, everything that we do, we're unconsciously or sometimes consciously looking for a mentor. All right. Think
Yep.
about it this way. As a child, we mentor our parents, our teachers, our peers. Right? We model what they do, and then we grow with the influence around us, be it our family members, our sibling, our friends, our peers. When we go to
That's so
work,
true.
it's the same that we get the learning and the experience from our peers, our superior as well.
Hmm.
Okay? So ultimately, everyone is influencing us, and everyone has some guidance to show us. So when it comes to having a mentor is focusing on helping us to get through the journey and help us to get result. So it's someone who has the past experience, who have been there and done that to show you the way so that you get result much faster than starting it on your own. So
Yep.
therefore, getting a mentor is definitely going to speed things up for any one of us. And just like you have me as your mentor, now I have someone as my mentor too. And it's been a blessing for me to be able to work with people and learn from people. And the best part is because I'm not shy in asking for help, there's always people willing to help us as long as we are asking or we look for it.
Right.
So
Yep.
so in that sense, I also want to get your experience or how you feel about having a mentor so far.
I absolutely value my mentors, including you and the other mentors that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it wasn't always like that in the past. I always kind of believed that I didn't really need help, that I could kind of figure things out on my own and do things on my own. But boy, was that not the truth. Today, I absolutely lean on my mentors and on their support and guidance, and I just trust in them. Uh, as long as I see that they have kind of the similar results that I'm looking for, and I can see clearly that they're at like a higher level than me and have more knowledge than me,
Mm-hmm.
then I know that I need to lean on them more for
Mm-hmm.
their guidance and the wisdom that they would like to share with me. I know that a good mentor is absolutely there to share their experience with me and help me kind of bypass the typical mistakes that newcomers make, and maybe they might have made on their journey. So I just keep myself open and willing to hear and do what's suggested to me. Also, so far, having you as my mentor has really helped me feel like that I'm not just alone in this journey, that there's a real person that I can reach out to in the same industry that I'm
Mm-hmm.
in, that I started my business in, and that I can reach out to and get some insight and get some feedback from, and have calls like this with, and it just really helps me like not feel alone, like I'm all by myself doing this. That there are people that's out there that want to help me, and that makes me feel more confident.
Excellent, excellent. I'm glad I can be at service, Matt. And my only request for you is to make sure that when you get your result and build your own team, you pay it forward and continue this journey of mentoring your team.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. Now, so good that we have some clarification of the questions that you had in your mind and, a little bit of clarity of how you feel on this business. How about getting some actions going so that we can make progress with you to really get started with this online business then?
That sounds fantastic.
Mm. Now, there are three main things that I would like to focus on before we end the call together. Is first to make sure that we continue to have the right mindset. And in order to work on that, you spoke a lot about visualizing yourself becoming successful, being able to quit your job. Now, I like to invite you to actually create your own vision board for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So in your own vision board, basically it focuses on three very important elements. First element, uh, it's really visualizing how much money that you would intend to make for yourself so that it can become a tangible reward or return for yourself.
Right. Okay.
All right. So to be very specific, I want to make this a very specific approach. Yeah. So if you can write down after thinking through, I made the X amount of money within 1 year time, within a time frame, right? And it's fun and easy.
Okay. So say like it would be something like I would like to make $100,000 in the next 12 months,
Yeah.
something like
So
that.
yes, but I want to be very specific. The word for word that you need to use is I made, MADE.
Oh, okay.
I made $100,000 by these dates that you have.
Okay.
Okay. And the second phrase that follow with it is it is fun and easy. So
Yes.
that it
I
helps
am.
you to shift the thinking of making the money. It is not as it is fun and easy, and you achieve that by certain date and certain time.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Then the second right mindset thinking, focusing on one attribute that you want to work on for yourself, one attribute that you want to develop. Say I am patient,
Mm-hmm.
right? And say I am or say I am consistent as an example.
I like that. Yep.
Mhm. So when you focus on this attribute, because this is also who you are as a value, it's very important to find pictures or images that can relate to you. What does being patient or being consistent means to you? So
Okay.
sort of picture that around you, and then the sentence has to be I am patient.
Mm-hmm.
Just one adjective that you want to develop as your own attribute.
Okay. Would it be correct for me to say something like I am relentless?
Yes, excellent. So how do you visualize relentless? You can visualize relentless with let's say an animal that you sort of admire that relates you to relentless.
Okay.
Or things that visualize and support you with that attribute.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now, the last one is really focusing on your material achievement that I have. There's one thing that you really wanted. It could be a house, it could be a car, it could be something that's material, so that you feel the sense of achievement by owning it.
Right.
Yeah. So I give you an example. I have a holiday home in Nice, in south of France.
Okay. Awesome.
So, and then visualize the home, visualize the material that you want to get. Well, how would that look like? What color it would be, what size, etc., etc., and picture that into a vision board.
Okay.
Okay, so these three things is very important. First is your money, your basically the return or the reward that you will get.
Uh-huh.
Second is really your attribute. And the third one is really your material achievement, so that we are all able to relate to your physical achievement. And this will create a complete vision board for you. Bring pictures
Okay.
that will share with you similar visions. bring the pictures that relate to your goal, your attribute, and for the money, the monetary reward, you can even write a check, create a check written with your name, and this is the amount that you're looking at by this date, so that it becomes very real to you. It's very
Yes.
important to have that right mindset and keep your vision alive. So creating a vision board is very important.
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yes, definitely. I can do that and I will do that.
Very good. And then when you have that, I'm just going to give you a sneak peek. You can see it's not a complete one yet. I'm revamping my vision board behind me. So these are some of the values. Um, can you see that? This one.
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, so I'm working on it. It's not finished. I just recently changed that. So I say I need to sort of complete that before and I had some pictures that I wanted to print out. It didn't turn out the way I wanted. But it gives me a picture, it gives me a clear vision. Where am I heading? Why am I doing this? And how am I going to award myself when I achieve that?
Yes, that's powerful.
Mhm. So have your own vision board and make sure that you're clear with what you want to get out of it.
Okay.
Okay. Now the second thing that I would like you to do with the Easy Online program, Easy One Up program, is basically go through the endless leads training. In our business, we will be speaking a lot with people, and a lot of time
Mhm.
people wants to have a conversation but don't quite know how. So in this endless leads training, it's about 5 hours training. They have different module. I would
Mhm.
highly recommend that you go through the module one by one and understand the conversation skills that you can be building or leveraging on when you are speaking to people and when you're talking about this business.
Okay.
Okay, that would be the first most important training that you will do with this Easy One Up program.
Okay.
Hmm? So I'll let you get on to that. And last but not least, action plan. I mean, learning is one thing, now is implementing. Build a list of people that you think will be able to benefit this business education. It could be
All right.
people, it could be people who is a business owner already, but who have no online presence. It could be people who are just looking for extra income. It could be people who are just looking to grow themselves. So just put down a list of names that you think this will benefit them.
Right. Okay. I can do that.
So once you've done this tree, go ahead and we can schedule another call and we can review and make progress from there.
Okay. That sounds great.
Excellent. So shall we then have a call, say when you're ready? Just go ahead and schedule a time and we take it from here.
Yes. That sounds like a plan to me.
Excellent. So I'm going to let you get on. I think it's quite late as well for you. I don't want to hold you back. And once again,
Yes.
I really enjoyed the conversation we had. I believe you will be doing wonderful with this online business and helping many people to become a successful entrepreneur online.
I think so too. And I just want to thank you again, Adrian, for all your help and taking the time to just answer my questions and give me a little bit of guidance through this and being there for me. I just really thank you.
My pleasure too. All right. So we'll speak soon, Matt.
Yes, definitely. I look forward to it.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.